Hello and welcome. You're watching FII. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor. Now, today's program is going to be a fascinating one. It's something that has driven a lot of conversation about what next on COVID-19 in India. Well, the second wave is behind us, at least in most parts of the country, that is. But what next? How are we to prepare for the next one? Will there be a third wave? If yes, when? All these answered in this explainer. Will there be another wave of COVID-19? When will it hit us, and are we prepared? Now, to answer all these questions, important to see the trends that have emerged from the first two waves so far. So first, what we have for you is data that we collected from 30 top countries in the world that were hit by COVID-19. And at first, you notice that between one wave and the next one, there is a 5.5 month gap. That is an average, of course. Some countries had 4 months, some had 7 months. But on average, about 5.5 months from the peak of wave 1 to the peak of the next one. So perhaps you should think that waves come and go in about 6 to 7 months' time. Secondly, the key worry is that the second wave, if you see again that graph, is much worse than the previous one. In fact, on an average, about 75% higher in terms of numbers of COVID-19. So, for example, if there are 100,000, the next wave is about 175,000. Having understood that, so that's for 30 big countries across the world, the average figures over there. But let's look at India and how that compares to the world. Now, this graph will actually show you, and we'll superimpose it really with how the world responded and then how India has been showing trends in terms of the first and the second wave. So you can see it shoots up much more than the rest of the world. And you also see the first thing really is that India compared to the rest of the world, while the gap between the two waves is much larger, so it takes much longer for India for the second wave to hit us. But when it does, it really is shooting up way above anybody else in the world. So the question then is, how bad will India's next wave be? Will it depend on how many vaccinations we manage to do by then? Well, if you look at that, we've done an analysis again for you to make you understand how much is really enough. At 9 million vaccines a day, India may not have any further waves. And until then, you keep seeing the wave coming, but the intensity going down. So until we hit that target, we are all set to have yet another wave. So that's the big worry then, right? The next wave could be much worse than the second wave as well. So what we need to look at is how bad and how likely is the next wave going to be in India. And so first, it all looks like, it all depends at this point on the immunization and how much of a population actually has immunity. To that extent, let's look at how many people actually have immunity from the vaccines. That's about 3.4% only of our population, both the doses that is. And then let's look at the people who actually got COVID-19 and thus have antibodies. So that's about 2%. So there might be some overlap over there, but on an average, about 5.4% of India's population only at this point has the immunity cover. So really, what we really need is more and more people get under the vaccination cover, get under the antibody cover. So going by our percentage population under that, with the third wave in India, how soon is it going to hit us? Well, again, let's look at the clues at this point that we are getting at this point globally. To move from the second wave to the third wave, for example, UK took nearly 8 weeks. Italy took 17 weeks. United States took 23 weeks. And their vaccination cover, remember, is way ahead than India. So by that logic, while some people in the country are still debating if there will be a third wave, many experts at this point saying it is not a question of if, but a question of when. According to research now put together by Professor Giridhar Babu and Dr. V. Ravi, in all likelihood, we've got the dates for you. The next wave might be in late November or December of 2021. That puts the wave 3 to arrive in the country just after Diwali and go into New Year's, if those calculations are correct. And if we do not want to repeat what happened last time around in wave 2, it is important that we prepare and tackle the next wave now. To do that, let's try and understand who is most at risk when it comes to wave 3. Well, experts believe that those at risk include people who are not protected by vaccination, people who are not infected yet. Younger age groups said to be more likely at risk as well. This includes children, mind you. But remember, a higher risk of infection does not mean there will be a higher risk of serious illness as well, especially when it comes to children, remember, because they have great immunity. So to avoid a disaster, what should India be doing? Number one, no prices for really guessing this one. Vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. Vaccination will prevent deaths, it will avoid serious illnesses as well, and there is enough and more data to prove that very thoroughly now. Yes, there is a vaccine shortage in the country at this point, but the vaccine supply is likely to resolve by the end of July. Till then, people with comorbidities, irrespective of age, not just older people, younger people as well who have comorbidities should be prioritized for vaccination. Micro-planning for vaccination should be strengthened by house-to-house visits and preparing the list of all the eligible beneficiaries by the health workers and volunteers as well. Vaccine hesitancy, that needs to be tackled on an urgent basis, especially in the remotest corners of the country. But when talking about vaccination, you just at this point wonder how much of vaccination is really enough. We try to understand that from experts, and they estimate that India should be vaccinating roughly between 9 to 10 million people every day, and we need to do that in the next 3 months itself to try and avoid any further disasters. Next, so that was vaccination. Next, what else is required to prepare for wave 3? Surveillance said to be the key over here. We have to wake up to the disease threats when they are, generally we wake up to it when they are in large outbreak, but it is important to have intervening periods being looked at to the one at a time when actual planning is done. One of the critical aspects of surveillance is sustaining aggressive testing, especially in symptomatic individuals. The other is to closely watch, and this is important, the 7-day moving average of the test positivity rate, the TPR as it is called. The TPR less than 5% indicates the disease is under control. Another important facet of the surveillance should be actually genome sequencing to keep a watch on emergence of those new variants that keep throwing our entire planning off the chart. So very important to keep a tap on that. And last, but perhaps the most inexpensive but yet the most important way and the most easy way as well to beat the third wave is to maintain our COVID appropriate behavior. So no more mass gatherings, case isolation, contact tracing, and the all crucial R factor or the reproductive rate of the virus should remain below or equal to 1. That, if followed, experts believe we have a chance of beating